I think one of the funniest things is when people think that a game should win Game of the Year that, in my opinion, doesn't even touch the line, basically. Like, doesn't do anything innovative, doesn't do anything basically new or fancy, but is just a good game, right? And there's nothing wrong with a game just being a good game, but it's always funny seeing how, like, I guess you could say how uh, upset people get that certain games don't win Game of the Year. So we'll use some examples here. So when we had Baldur's Gate 3 up for nomination. Now, before I even played Baldur's Gate 3, I watched some gameplay on it and I said, that game's going to win Game of the Year. Then I played Baldur's Gate 3 and I thought, yep, this game's going to win Game of the Year. And then it got put up for a nomination. And there was no question in my mind that it was going to win. But if I remember correctly, uh, it was up against Spider-Man 2, and frankly, was Spider-Man 2 a really good game? Yeah, 100%. But was it as good as Baldur's Gate, where it felt innovative, it felt like something new, it felt like a completed game, it felt like you could play the game for thousands of hours and never get bored if you like the genre? No. Or yes. How I don't know how to word it. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired right now. But yeah, it's just so obvious when a game is going to win Game of the Year, you know? And it's like this almost every single year to the point where like people will get in fights with you over you saying that something shouldn't win Game of the Year. And this year, it was no different. When it comes to Game of the Year, there was only a couple games I could really think of off of the top of my head where I would go, yeah, that could win Game of the Year. And in those list of games, Arc Raiders was not a part of it. Just simply. Now, Game of the Year hasn't been announced yet, obviously, but as a overall, I didn't even think Arc Raiders met the list to be nominated. Not because it's a bad game, but because, in my opinion, it's not innovative. It's not doing anything new. It's not doing anything special. There's nothing drawing more people into a genre. It's not doing anything besides just being a better version of other games that already exist. That's what Arc Raiders is doing, is being a better version of other games that already exist. It's like comparing Black Ops 2 to Advanced Warfare. It's like, well, obviously Black Ops 2 is better than Advanced Warfare, but I probably wouldn't put Black Ops 2 up for Game of the Year if it released like today, right? Like, would it be a W game? 100%. But I wouldn't vote it Game of the Year. And that's why I believe this year, 100%, I believe Expedition 33 is going to win. Not because I played it and I'm like, wow, this game is amazing. I think it's going to win because almost every single person who has played the game has either told me or has made a review about the game saying how amazing that game apparently is. Not only with the graphics, but the animations, the story, literally everything from what I understand is amazing in that game. And that, like I said, this isn't to downplay other games. I just think it's funny because people genuinely get mad about this. And one of the people who he didn't really get mad, but he talked about this was Shroud. So Shroud, if you don't know him, he is a FPS gamer. He plays a lot of FPS games. He has basically such good aim that people claim that he is cheating on every single game that he plays, and they try to make up terms for cheating. I remember a while ago watching this video where this guy's like, "You see him do the yo-yo bounce backwards 360? Yep, that's a clear sign of cheating." And it's like, dude, these are just like made up terms that you're making for the video. And it's a funny video, but Shroud also just has some bad takes, just in general. No matter how much you like him, dislike him, whatever it is, he genuinely has some bad video game takes. To the point where you just kind of question, like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? Uh, are you playing other games? And this kind of goes out to everybody out there. Are we playing other games? I'm not saying you have to like other games or you have to play other. other games in general. You might have one game that you love, and mad respect if that's what you have, because that's hard to find these days. Is one game that you can just love. But if you're only playing, let's say, Black Ops, or you're only playing Tarkov, or you're only playing one singular game, how can you even start to taste or dip your toes in to like the different realm of gaming? And I think everybody should. I think every single person should that like plays video games. Like there's just certain games everybody should play. I think like everybody should play like Black Ops 3 Zombies because it's just fun. You play that with friends, you're gonna have like the a peak time essentially. I think Tarkov is one of the best FPS games ever created. Now, do is there a lot of things in the game I don't like? Yeah, 100%. But I think it's still one of the best ever created. We get into like story games. I bet that here's one maybe a lot of people don't know about. It's called Vikings. Beautiful game. Played it a lot when I was younger. Peak, absolute peak. All the Fable games, absolute peak. If you've never played them, play them. Like they're amazing. The Arkham Asylum games, amazing. The even Souls games, even if you don't like the difficulty, still amazing games. Whether or not you like them or not, they're amazing games, right? And I think there's just something in that, right, where there's so many games out there that people either don't know, have never played, or have never even decided to give a chance to, but then they want to say like every other game is bad. Like it just doesn't make sense. And I get it, like if you're trolling, but there's people out there that are 100% dead serious that Arc Raiders is the best game ever created and should be game nominee of the century or something. Like I don't know, it's weird. And also, mad respect to the guy who made Megabonk. I probably would put Megabonk up for like game of the year, just because I think it's the first time we've seen in a long minute where almost every single person on a computer at one time was playing Megabonk, watching Megabonk, or something of that sort. Like that game got huge, man. Like as big as Baldur's Gate did when it dropped this. So that was like nuts. But mad respect to him for backing out of his nomination because he said it's unfair since he's created past games and he shouldn't be nominated for like debut or whatever he was nominated for. Mad respect to that. And I think that it just the two sides of the coin. You have one side that screams that one game should be nominated, and then you have the other side that's like, guys, I appreciate the nomination, but I'm gonna step down because uh, you know I think someone else deserves it. Yeah, it's just crazy to see. But go check out some old games. You never know what you'll like. Recently, I've been on this game. It's called Dungeon Defenders. If you played Xbox, you probably played it at one point, like the Xbox 360. You probably played it at one point. Uh, um, it's a fun game. It's a tower defense. It's an interactive tower defense game. So you like run around, you interact with the map while you're doing a tower defense, similar to like Bloons Tower Defense, basically. Um, but yeah, there's just old games out there that are amazing, and I think they slam 99% of the games that people think should be up for Game of the Year. But thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful night. Peace.